Good morning, guys. Welcome back to my channel. We're doing things a little bit differently today. As you can tell, I'm not at my normal house. I'm at my friend's house in North Carolina. This feels so weird. This video feels a little bit different because this is actually the last video of 2025. It feels so weird to say that. I just wanted to talk about what this year, 2025, has taught me. You know, what I think that I did right in this year, what I honestly wish that I had done better, and basically what I want to carry into 26 and what I want to leave in 2025. So if you're in a reflective season right now, if you're feeling like you want to self-reflect, then this video is for you. So if you don't know, my name is Chanel. I'm in my 30s. I'm 32 years old. I live in New York. I moved in 2022. January of 2026 will be 4 years that I'm living in New York. I currently work from home for an insurance company. I do a volunteer work in New York, which is my whole purpose of moving there. But I am at my last year, you guys, my last year. My lease is up in 2026 in June, and I'm ready to move on with my life. Basically, right now, 2025 was a roller coaster of emotions, especially the beginning of the year. Still missing my family, missing old friends, but also making new friends. The main thing that I wanted to talk about that 2025 has taught me and that I've learned, y'all, peace is a priority. Peace is a priority, not a reward. I have had to say no to a lot of things, and growing up, and some of my friends will tell you, in my early 20s, I was not a no person. I was definitely a yes person, regardless of how I was going to feel afterwards, how I was feeling during, because I wanted to please other people, or I just didn't want to let down my friends or family. But 2025 has definitely taught me that I need to have peace with myself mentally and emotionally, physically, all that. That's what needs to come first. You should not feel sad or upset if you have to say no, if you have to turn down people, because at the end of the day, your peace is what matters the most. Another thing, consistency in all aspects of my life, not only on YouTube, but with my health and fitness, consistency matters way more than motivation. I can be motivated out the wazoo one day and then the next day, nothing. Even though I just went super hard in the gym for a whole entire month, 3 days a week, I was super motivated. But if I didn't actually stick to a routine, stick to a plan, then there would be gaps. And that has happened. I recently, little health update, I recently was going to the gym about 3 times a week. And I was doing this for the month of October and the month of November, minus the last week of November and going into this month, December. So I haven't been consistent at all. I don't know if you guys have noticed or not. So that's something that I really would like to carry over into 2026, is being more consistent, because motivation does not get me results. It can only go but so far. And like I said, that's not only with my physical, my fitness goals, but also being consistent in the routine of waking up in the morning, you know, getting ready for work, not just clocking into work, looking any old type of way. Also being consistent with my spiritual activities that I have going on around here, being consistent with my friendships and showing up for them. That's another thing that I want to that I would like to do. And then just also slowing down, not always have to feel like I'm on the go. New York is very much go, 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 go. And I feel like that I haven't really gotten to sit down in a while like I used to when I lived in North Carolina, because North Carolina is much slower paced than New York. New York has me always on the go. And so I want to realize, or I'm realizing, that slowing down doesn't have to mean that you're falling behind. That's something that I want to take into 2026. Slowing down, not actively feeling like I always have to be on the go. And it's okay to do things once or twice a month. You don't have to be doing things every single weekend, 3 or 4 times a week. That's why you broke, you know? This year has really forced me to be honest with myself and where it is that I want to be heading into my mid 30s, into my late 30s. I don't want to be where I'm at now 2 years from now or even a year from now. So, mind me, I have my iPad here. with some notes because I'm a notes girly. What I did right in 2025. We're not gonna keep this all negative. What I did, the one thing I think that I did right this year was definitely protecting my routine and my space. Even if I wasn't super duper consistent with the routine, whenever I set my mind to do it and I actually did it, I stuck to it. Even though I didn't do it back to back to back, I actually stuck to it for that day that I was gonna be having the routine or doing my workouts or saying, "Hey, I'm gonna go and help out this person." I actually stuck to doing what I said I was gonna do. I just had bouts of like depression or anxiety where I just don't consistently keep up with it, and that's something I really would like to work on for next year. But I showed up for my job, even though I want to quit. I really want to quit and find something better. That's why I'm continuing my schooling. And if you guys don't know, I did apply to go to school and I was too late and the classes had ended. So I have to go in next year, 2026. However, I plan to move back to North Carolina. I won't be able to go in New York. I will have to go in North Carolina. So that's going to be changing too, but we're not going to make this video about that. So, but I stay consistent working from home. And I feel like that I've created, even though I'm not quite where I want to be at, I feel like I've created a life that's stable for now. It may not be flashy in a sense. Like how you get on YouTube, you get on Instagram, and a lot of people, not even just in their 30s, but 20-year-olds these days, 19-year-olds, they have the perfect apartment, they have a dog, they have money, they're going on all these lavish trips, they're getting brand deals, or they're pursuing their career and they're loving that. They have a whole bunch of friends, they have their relationship with their boyfriends or girlfriends or wife or husband or whatever it is. And that, I know people are like, oh, that's not what we should aspire to be. That's not real, and it's not. But you got to admit that these things are always in your face. They're always flashed in your face. And at the end of the day, most people want to attain those things, which is fine. I mean, if that's your goal, that's your goal. But that's not something that is my goal. Like I said, I want a stable life. I want a stable life while I have to sit here and live in this system for now. So another thing that I feel like I've did better in 2025 is spending more time alone with myself and not feeling guilty for it. I love to be alone, you guys. I love to be alone. And working from home has definitely contributed to that. And as well as the pandemic has made me love being alone. But like I said before, I used to feel guilty about staying alone because it's like, you could be hanging out with friends, you could be hanging out with family, you could be doing this or that, but it's okay to be alone. It's okay to be alone with your thoughts and to get yourself together. That way you can be okay whenever you do have to go out and be around other people. But honestly, I'm proud of myself for continuing to create content, even though I'm not growing as fast as I would like to grow here on YouTube. And I've taken a break from Instagram again as well. I haven't deleted it, but I did take a break from Instagram and Threads and TikTok and all that mess. But YouTube is my stomping ground. I'm proud of myself for still continuing to show up here, even if it's not as consistent or as much as I would like to. Now, these are some things I wish I did better in 2025. If I'm being honest, there are things that I wish I handled a lot differently. For one, I wish I would trust myself more, instead of second guessing everything. And that's just in my nature. I've always second guessed because I don't want to hurt people's feelings, or I think that I can't do something, or I don't deserve something. So I second guess myself a lot. So that's something that I would like to do better going in 2026. I go with my gut, and normally my gut is correct, which is why I'm still single, because my gut has been telling me that most of the guys that I've been experiencing these past few years have been trash, and that is what it is. Another thing is, I wish I take more risks instead of waiting to just feel ready to do stuff too. There's never gonna be a perfect time to do something. If you keep waiting and waiting for the perfect time to do something, it's never gonna happen. Just like with me moving to New York. If I kept waiting for other people, because I was supposed to initially move here with two of my friends, but they both have separate lives now. Both of them are married. One of them has a kid. Like, if I kept putting things off and waiting, it would never have ever happened for me. I am proud of myself for taking that risk of moving to New York in my 20s. That was a big deal, as well as leaving the country. I went to Korea too in my 20s. And if I kept waiting and putting that off, that might not have ever happened either. So I am proud of myself in that aspect. But I do hope that I am, in the future going forward, more able to just trust myself and trust my decisions, that I'm going to make a good decision after, praying about it and stuff. and talking with mature ones or people that I trust about it, that at the end of the day that I should be able to make a pretty good decision for myself. I need to be more confident. I would love to be more confident in my speaking, in my dress, in my actions, having more confidence because I'll be feeling confident. I feel confident, but then I don't show it. I don't show it. Yeah, that's something I need to do, as well as giving myself more grace. I spend too much time, and one of my friends has told me this recently too, being hard on myself for my past mistakes or my family's mistakes or friends' mistakes or whatever has happened. I spent too much time thinking about it for not being faster, not doing things in my 20s or having my life together, as the world would say, in my 20s. You're supposed to have, be able to live on your own right now. You're supposed to have a family, be married already, have kids, have a great career, have money saved up and stuff, be able to do whatever you need to do. I need to give myself some grace there because in actuality, I am still doing quite well. Doing quite well, and I'm moving forward. And when I have a goal that I set my mind to, I'm actually able to do it, and I actually do get it done. Even if it's not right when I want to, I get it done eventually. And finally, my goals for 2026. So I got a digital planner and it's in GoodNotes. I'm going to insert a screen recording here on my iPad so you guys can see exactly what I'm looking at. And there is a section for your year at a glance with your yearly goals, and I'll go ahead and put it up here. Hopefully it shows up correctly. But as you can see, for 2026, there's 6 sections here. There's a section for personal growth, relationships, health, career, business, finance, and other. So first and foremost, going into 2026, mainly my goals are pretty simple, but I feel like they're pretty intentional. The number one thing I would like to do is just become more disciplined with my time and energy. And again, this goes back to being consistent with my routines and how I spend my time when I'm not working from home. I would also like to create content that feels aligned and not forced. I don't know if you guys notice or if you see a change in my videos or not. I do, and maybe you guys have too. I'm having like this, I don't know if it's a disconnect or like I'm trying to balance being myself, but also being presentable and showing up on YouTube. Y'all know I don't have my hair done all the time. I don't have the best outfits on all the time. I don't have, super fun things to do on every single video or doing something, having a lavish background or anything like that. And while I don't want to fake anything and I want to be myself, I also don't want to always show up looking disheveled or just seeming like I am in a depressive state or something like that. Like, I would really like to show up myself, but also just better, if that makes sense. Let me know if I'm making sense in the comment section down below. I just want to be better. Like my thumbnails, my videos and stuff like that, I just want there to be some type of change going forward in 2026 that just says, this is still Chanel, but homegirl done did a little upgrade. If it makes sense, let me know. And then I want to prioritize my health, both physically and mentally. I want to be consistent with my fitness goals. And it's really hard because, y'all can see if someone's not doing well physically consistently. But it's hard because you put this stuff out online, and it's like, hey, I want to be at the gym for 3 months straight. And then here goes month 1, month 2, and you notice that the person hasn't been going or whatever. And then it's like, dang, well, now I let myself down. Now I'm letting these people online down. And then you have people in your comments like, well, what happened to this? And I thought you were going to lose 20 pounds. And you said you weren't going to eat this or drink that. And now you're here at Chick-fil-A, and now you're doing this, now you're doing that. And it's just like, dang. So that's why I don't do dedicated like fitness videos and stuff like that. Like only fit. I think I did one once in the gym, or maybe two gym vlogs. But I was like, I'm not trying to do that on my channel because I know myself, and if I don't stick to it, I'm gonna be very disappointed and very upset at myself. And then I'm gonna be upset when people are in the comments also making comments and stuff. So just know that I'm gonna be doing everything in my power to help myself fitness related wise. And if you have any tips or anything, feel free to put them in. Ooh, I just spit. Feel free to put them in the comments, and it won't upset me. Just be respectful. That's all I ask. Just be respectful. Even if we have differences in opinion, as long as you're respectful, I never like get like super upset. If you come disrespectfully, like I said, y'all know I said block, delete, block. It's not that big of a deal to me. But just know that I'm gonna be doing my best. But anyways, back to my iPad planner. So personal growth. I want to get into pottery classes. I want to get into pottery so bad. I've been seeing some cute glasses and little trays and dishes, and I'm just like, I want to make that stuff. I would like to get back into my Korean studies full time each week. Instead of doom scrolling. Also, I knocked 2 hours off of my screen time after deleting Instagram and Threads and Facebook. 2 hours, y'all. I've already knocked 2 hours off of my screen time, and it should be more now this week. And then stay off of Instagram and Threads for 6 months, of course. My health, walk or workout 3 to 4 times per week. That's always been the consistent goal that I've had, even though I haven't done the goal consistently. The goal itself has been consistent. Finances, mainly save money for moving back home to North Carolina. And if I'm going to eat out once per week, max. My little friends in their little 20s and stuff, and my friends with these fast metabolisms, boy, they be eating out all the time. I'm talking like 2 or 3 times. Let's go to Chick-fil-A. Let's go here. And then y'all know where I live at. We don't have a lot of access to Chick-fil-A and these other places. We have to drive like an hour. So when someone asks us to go, we normally want to go because we haven't been in a couple weeks. Anyways, eating out once per week max. Relationships, strengthen and stick to a solid core group of friends. I've been doing pretty well with that. You know how it is when you get in your 30s, you start losing people in your late 20s and stuff, and in your 30s, you kind of are like, okay, these are my people. And I'm okay, open to new friends, but you always know where that solid core group is. I don't want to dwell on the past or failed friendships. I have them. We don't want to go backwards. We want to go forwards. Reach out more to older ones at my hall, or some people might refer to it a church, but it's called the hall for us. Career and business. I want to continue job searching for a job with better pay, but also I wanted to research the medical billing and coding career field as well. I still have my business management degree that I am enrolled in, but like I said, if I end up moving to North Carolina, I don't know if they're still going to cover it. And the only main reason why I was going back to school, because New York, if you're a resident here, they cover the tuition for the 2 years. Like you get a whole entire full ride. Everything's covered for 2 years. But if I end up moving back home in June of 2026, I don't know if they're going to cover that or not. I do have a meeting actually with my counselor. And I think when is that? Next week? The beginning of the week of after New Year's. So next week I have a meeting and I'm going to ask her to see what I can do, what transfer looks like, if I have to end up paying or not, whatever. But I also want to look into billing and coding because I kind of do that already. And if I was to go for that, it wouldn't even be that long. It wouldn't be a degree. It would be like a certificate. But that field is pretty great. You make pretty good money. And on top of that, it's not that long at all. And I already do it. I just don't have the certifications for it. But I'm already doing a little bit of medical billing and coding. So yeah. But last but not least, the other field. I'm trying to make this video not super long. I have some hobbies that I wanted to do so I'm not doom scrolling or being on the internet all the time. So in the other field right here, we have our physical hobbies, intellectual hobbies, creative, and social. So for physical, I have things like gym, hiking, home workouts, walking, cycling, stretching, and mobility routines. Intellectual, we have puzzles, language learning, reading, work on my business degree, journaling, researching topics of interest. Like I'm a big history buff. I don't know if y'all know that. I love history, geography, things like that. And then for creative, we have the guitar, pottery, painting, cooking and baking, content creation, and interior styling. I would love to do some interior styling and learn all about that, y'all, because I cannot wait to move back out on my own, like have my own apartment by myself so I am the only one decorating. I don't have to ask anyone about anything. And then for social, we have concerts, city trips, museums, volunteering, and hosting small dinners, which I'm kind of already doing all of these things, but I just would like to do a little bit more of it. That's pretty much it for my goals for 2026. I'm trying to burn out. I don't want to burn out. That's the thing here. I don't want to burn out. I want to show up more on YouTube, but I don't want to burn out. Let's say I'm chasing balance. We're trying to be balanced. I'm not trying to become someone else. I'm not trying to be famous. I'm not trying to make a buttload of money or anything. I'm just becoming more myself. If you're watching this and you feel behind, or you feel uncertain, or you feel like your life doesn't look like how you would like it to look right now, just know that you're not alone. You're not alone at all. Things do get better. Even if you're still feeling this way, y'all look at my nails. Even if you're still feeling this way in your 20s, 30s, 40s, teens, whatever, 50s, we're always learning no matter what age we are. You're learning and you're unlearning. You're just being yourself. You're being yourself. You're choosing yourself, and things are going to be okay. Things are going to be okay. But I just want to thank y'all so much for being here this year, 2025. It has been so much fun. I've created some fun videos. I went on some fun trips. I got to know some of you guys in my comments a lot better. And I just really appreciate y'all for watching and for supporting me. Even though it's a small group, we're small but mighty. I'm still going to do the 5K giveaway. I still have the Apple Watch. That's going to be a part of that 5K giveaway. We're going to do the Apple Watch. We're going to do some gift cards. And that'll be a part of the 5K giveaway once we actually do reach there. But thank y'all so much for being here, for commenting, and for supporting. And I'll see you guys in 2026. I hope we are ourselves in 2026. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.